It's time for the public awareness talk again. Today, the issue that we will discuss is about the Cameron Highland Dam, as known as the Sultan Abu Bakar Dam. For your information, the Sultan Abu Bakar Dam was 40 meters high with the usable storage of 4.7 million meter cube and the gross storage of 6.7 million meter cube. It was built to prevent the sediment overflow into the Ringlet Reservoir. However, in recent days, the capacity of the dam seems to be insufficient. On the 5th November of 2014, a flash flood disaster was occurred in the Ringlet town, and due to the casualty of 5 people and 10 persons was injured. Significant damage was done to the Ringlet town. To discuss about this issue, we have proudly to invite the professional engineer IR Lee Cheng Yi and IR Costello Fifo. Hello. To have a quick review on the live scene, we'll pass to our live reporter Ashraf.
You guys. Now I'm reporting live in Cameron Highland Pahang. The mud flood and landslide in Cameron Highland Pahang has caused severe damage to the Ringlet area. Some residents fled their home in fear of their safety. Now, with me here is one of the residents in the Ringlet area. Sir, what's your name?
You can call me Ali.
Can you tell us your situation right now?
For your information, part of my house was destroyed and some of my friends were injured and they are still in hospital. I think this is really disaster.
What is your hope for action from authority to amend the situation?
For this situation, I think the authorities should really work out. I think that they should always try to prevent this thing to happen again.
Okay, thank you, sir. So, I am Sharaf, now back to the studio. Thank you, Ashraf. Miss Lee, we all know that dam is one of the largest hydraulic structure in the construction project. Can you brief us on the impact of the project before and after the construction?
Okay, actually the construction of the dam, it will give an impact to the environment or whether it is during or after the constructions. Okay, during the construction of the dam, it will disturb the lives of the plants and the animals in the reworks. Since the workers are working here and there and the machineries are moved here and there, then of course it will disturb the plants and animals' life. And then another thing is that the construction process is not only spent for a few days but few months or few years. And then after that, during the constructions, the construction waste maybe will permanently dispose in the river, and then the service from the workers also will be disposed if the workers is not follow the rules. Okay, then it will cause the pollutions. After that, after the constructions of the dams, the fish and the living things in the river maybe will killed by the turbine blades, since the dam is the hydroelectric dams. And then after that, the water in the dam has a higher temperature if compared to the normal rivers. So when the water released from the reservoir, then it will give an impact to the downstream plants and animals. Okay, then after that, the hydroelectric dams, it will produce 3.5 times the amount of greenhouse gases compared to the thermal power plant burning fossil fuels. So it will give an pollution to the environment. Okay.
There is certainly a tremendous impact on the environment and social. Back to Mr. Costello. Normally for this kind of construction, with this kind of large scale, is the EIA as known as the Environmental Impact Assessment needed?
Well, thank you for the questions. Yes, for me certainly the projects will need EIA. But first and foremost, I would like to inform to you what is EIA. EIA is an Environmental Impact Assessment that is a key aspect of many large-scale planning application. It is a technique which is meant to help us understand the potential environmental impacts of major development projects. Unfortunately, as often as not both the process and the outcome of EIA can be complex and confusing, leaving local communities unsure as to how a development might affect them. Well, this guide is intended as a broad introduction to the Environmental Impact Assessment, which is EIA. The material is drawn from regulation, circulations, and guidance, and it is designed to help individuals understand what is EIA and in what circumstances it should be applied. And for me, in a simple word, EIA would apply to all forms of development. But just to confuse everyone, EIA is required for some types of development and projects. For here, we have two schedules. For Schedules 1, project and EIA must always be carried out. And Schedule 2, projects and EIA must be carried out if the development is likely to have a significant impact on the environmental by virtue of its nature, size, and location. Well, for the example of Schedule 1, I would say that we have major power plants and waste disposal incineration. Well, in this case, the problem that occurred in Cameron Highland, which is the Sultan Abu Bakar Dam, causing mud flows and landslides were at the dams and that released water as it had reached the danger level. So it is required for the Schedule 2 that includes some of the example, which is the quarries and open cast, some intensive livestock, overhead transmission, and wide range of infrastructure project. For our back to the question just now, I provide 3 stages of the process of EIA. For the first one, is the proposed development project within a category set out in Schedule 2? Yes, it is in a Schedule 2, which is some extensive livestock and overhead transmission lines for the dam. Second one is, so it is a sensitive area which is located at the Cameron Highland Preserve Park or Nature. Yes, it will cause some of the problem to the reserve park and nature, and it can be categorized, the park and nature, it can be categorized in the national park. Moreover, this place, it is a tourist place, so it is a sensitive area. The third one, yes, indeed, it will have a significant effect on the environmental by virtue of its nature, size, and even though location. If we can see here, Cameron Highland will have Cameron Highland having a lot of nature, which contributes such as tea plantation, strawberry plantation, and the size of the Cameron Highland is very huge, specific to the ringlet, which is the place of the problem happened. And the location, this dam occurred in the ringlet places, and it is one of the tourist spots in Cameron Highland. So that is what I can say about EIA and some of the process.
Is there any act that related to this project?
Well, after we analyze, there are a lot of acts that related to this issue, but I will select one of the most important act, which is the Environmental Quality Act 1974. This act relating to the prevention, abatement, control of pollutions, and enhancement of the project of the environmental, and for purpose connected therewith. This act may be cited as the Environmental Quality Act and shall be applied to whole of Malaysia. Some of the example, I can say that without limiting the generality of subsection, a person shall be deemed to emit, discharge, or deposit waste into land waters if he place any waste in or any waters or in a place where it may gain access to any waters. Besides that, he placed any waste also into a position where it falls, the sand drains, evaporate, washed, blown, and likely to fall. So we can see that this problem, which is the problem of the dam, the water has overflown. So the contractor might do his position where they gave out and blown all the waters from the dam. So that's I can say about the act.
Good evening, everyone. Just now we have discussed about the impact and also the EIA and Act related to this issue. Now we would like to invite our guest to propose a resolution for this problem. Ms. Wani from the University Malaysia.
Okay, for me there is a few solutions that can prevent this issue. Firstly, bypass the sediment. It diverts sediment-laden flows around the reservoir to avoid drastic sediment deposition in reservoir. But the unusual weakness of this system is loss of water during bypass process. So that detailed analysis is needed to investigate the balance of water for hydropower capacity of sediment continue to justify the project. And then secondly is by reduce the amount of sediment entering the reservoir by build check dam and basin finish. It is provide focus and approach to remove the reservoir limits or boundaries. When a suitable location has been identified in main tributary rivers to maintain, it needs to the entry of sediment needs to excavate and remove before it enters the reservoir.
Wow, this is brilliant. We can conclude that environment impact assessment is really important to this project. I would like to thank our guests who attended this talk and provide their valuable knowledge. I believe the talk has come to an end. We will see you on the next episode.